it's Don Kennedy with ProMaster Home Repair and Handyman of Cincinnati. Today's video is entitled How to Winterize Your Home's Exterior Hose Bibs. Now this is important because if you don't pay attention and perform this simple home maintenance step in the fall, your pipes can freeze, causing them to burst, and is responsible for a lot of basement ceiling leaks. So let's spend a few minutes together while I show you how you winterize your hose bibs. Some people call them spigots. The actual technical term is called a silcock. But in the video, I'll show you where to find it, where to turn off the water, and how to properly winterize this so you don't get a leak in your basement. All right, here's an example of a pretty typical hose bib here. You can see it is in fact turned off, but simply turning these off for the winter isn't good enough. We have to make sure that the supply of water to these valves has been removed. And the best way to convince you of the need to remove the water from the spigot is to simply show you a cross-section diagram and demonstrate to you how this system works. When you turn the handle on the end of the spigot shown by the yellow arrow, it's connected to a shaft which closes a valve on the other end of the spigot inside the pipe. Given that this valve then is further inside the house where it is warmer, water behind it should not freeze. Remaining water on the outside will simply drain out the bottom of the spigot because the proper installation for these is with a slight downward slope. Of course, the idea is with no water in here, no pressure can build up and therefore the pipe can't burst. While this is a great system and it works most of the time, these valves are still prone to failure. If they allow water past, pressure builds up, and then the pipe bursts. Unfortunately, you're not going to discover the leak until that ice thaws. And oftentimes it's not a gusher, it's just a slow leak that continues as water seeps past that hose bib. When you finally go to use your hose bib for the first time that summer or spring, that's when the gusher occurs because you turn the valve on, it lets water past, that pipe is burst, and water goes everywhere. Here's an example of that very thing happening. This was a hose bib we pulled out of a home last spring. Once again, the pipe burst during the winter. Homeowner goes to turn on the water for the first time in the spring and then notes the leak. Now sometimes you're lucky if those things do gush and burst and leak everywhere because then you'll know right away that you have a leak. Sometimes a slow, insidious leak that caused some of the damage like you see here gets in those band boards, joists, sill plates, subfloor, and can cause a lot of rot and mold growth. Alright, so back to how we can prevent it. You've obviously taken the hose off the hose bib like you see here. Alright, here we are on the other side of that wall. Down in the basement you can see there's a shutoff valve here. This is extremely important because this will remove the water supply to that valve. And the proper installation for these is that those valves should be installed with a slight slope down so that when we go back outside and turn the water on to remove any remaining water in that line, it'll all drain out. Let's go do that really quick. Alright, now that we're on the outside of the house, of course the cat is back. Cat can't do this for you. Hey, let's get out of the picture there, kitty cat. Okay, thank you. Try to move the cat out of the way. Just turn the hose bib back on, just in case there was any remaining water in there. Sorry about the cat there, but there you go. Now your hose bib is winterized and you don't have to worry about it freezing and bursting, causing a basement leak. Well, now that we all know how to winterize our hose bibs, let's get out there this week and make sure those are all shut down so we don't have any basement leaks. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'd love to hear your feedback. You can reach us at mastermylist.com. Of course, if you'd like us to come out and install some shutoff valves for you or replace any hose bibs, you can reach us in the Cincinnati area at 513-724-0539. And as always, we'd love to be your friend on Facebook. Keyword, ProMaster Craftsman. Happy remodeling.